It rarely happens, or better, almost never, that a film based on a novel is considered by the critics better than the novel itself. This happens because a book is able to let your imagination go during the reading. You can imagine places, time, characters, and musics, while the film is completely produced by the director and by the people who works for the film production. I largely agree with this known thing. However, during this period, I had to change my mind. Thanks to the various streaming platforms on internet, I engaged myself watching many different movies, and among them, the masterpiece The Shawshank Redemption, directed by Frank Darabont in 1994. A very popular film. I know many of you will already know it. This film is based on the Stephen King short novel titled Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption, about 100 pages included in the short novel collection Different Seasons, with another story reproduced on screen, The Body, which was the basis of the film Stand By Me. In fact, Shawshank Redemption is even the highest rated movie ever according to IMDb, Internet Movie Database. Not just an ordinary ranking, actually. A film full of sense that should be analyzed deeply one by one. We will try to do in a few minutes by analyzing the drama and the difference and correspondences with the short novel. In the film we find many similarities with the book. Both Peter a banker ended the present unfairly imprisoned for the murder of his wife. At the beginning of his period of permanence in jail, Andy seems quite comfortable. He do not talk with anyone, he is calm and relaxed, and he is able to forget a relationship with another lifer called Red, played by a magnificent Morgan Freeman, that is also the narrator of the entire story in the film. After many years in the Shawshank prison where all kind of stuff happens, Andy escapes through his cell after digging the wall that has been kept hidden by a variety of pin-up posters and among them the beautiful Rita Hayworth. However, the book and the film are not exactly the same. The two main characters in the book are described in a different way compared to the film. In fact, the book is an authentic biography, written to the first person by the protagonist Andy, which is described as a short person physically and he has a shy personality. Red is called Red because he is Irish. During their stay in prison, they have to deal with different guards until the executive director Norton, a key character in the story. Instead, in the movie, the characters are so different physically. Andy is the tallest guy in almost every scene. Red is interpreted by Morgan Freeman, and clearly we can notice that he does not have anything of Irish. And Norton is the only real antagonist in the film, a character that could make him hated by anyone on this earth. These are the main differences between the book and the film. Not many, in fact. The story is basically the same. But what that makes this film unique is that this film adds news. The producers were able to create a story that could be finished in 1 hour to a masterpiece about almost 3 hours. There are many scenes that struck me during the vision. I will talk about the character of Brooks, a story that really moved me. In the book, Brooks is simply an old man. He spent so many years in prison that when he can get out of prison with probation, he is sad instead of being happy. In the film, the story of Brooks is better highlighted. He does not only leave Shawshank crying, but after a few days probation he commits suicide by hanging himself. The prison inevitably changed him. This place was his life. He was a library there, and he had a good reputation. He was esteemed by anyone, also by the prison manager. Outside the prison he was only a poor old man. The prison deprived his whole life, and once he was outside the walls, he realized his old life did not exist anymore. The movie dives much deeper into Brooks' experience. and it is an heartbreaking example of how prison affects this man. This is the basic theme of this film. Take characters from the book and expand upon them to flesh out the movie. Clearly, the movie does not only talk about how Andy was able to dig a hole for his freedom or his relationship with the sister, man who raped the new arrivals in the prison. Thanks to his banking abilities, Andy managed to work for Norton, forging checks for his shady affairs. Once he escapes from prison, Andy is able to show his proof in order to arrest Hadley, a ruthless policeman, and he compelled Norton to kill himself. After his jailbreak, Andy assumes Randall Stevens' identity, and well dressed, with some clothes stolen from jail, he goes to bank and he withdraws all Randall Stevens' money. Andy moves to Mexico in Zihuatanejo. Instead, the poor Red remain in prison. After 40 years being held prisoner, he is released, and thanks to his harmless behavior, he obtained parole. When he leaves the prison, he is able to reach his friend Andy. A perfect and deserved final for the two protagonists. Shawshank Redemption story is everything. Lost a new dignity, hope, determination, justice, redemption and friendship. But it is also a strong criticism to society, in particular to the life condition in the American prisons. A strong denounce against the law enforcement's aggressive behavior that are still present today after more than 20 years from the film's release. A very great film that unluckily has not won any Oscar, but the flowing and easy plot has been appreciated by the public. From this film, we have learned a lot of small teachings, but especially it teaches us that we have to battle for everything until the end, and we always have to hope to achieve our goals that we set ourselves. For this reason, we always have to remember, as Andy said, hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good things ever die.